We meet our three heroines in the first days of autumn. Slowly, imperceptibly, the days are getting shorter. The sun is hanging lower in the sky, and a chill is entering the air. The children are back at school, and their shoes still yet unscuffed. The pears are ripening in the trees. Lately, there seems to be a melancholy. It comes at the end of any glorious summer, and it comes from the certainty that soon the mornings will be dark. That's not to say that this season is only gloomy and nothing beautiful ever happens in the autumn. There's the leaves turning from yellow through red to purple, and the shiny brown conkers, and the abundance of fruit. The pears, full and sweet. Then the first leaf falls.
This show is a piece of circus that's been developed through new writing and participation. The piece focuses on three women at three different stages in their life. Women who have had a lifelong relationship with their bodies, two circus artists and a dancer, who are all at different stages where age starts to become a factor in their thinking and a factor in how they perceive themselves and where they are. It's very much about how you reconstruct yourself, how you find meaning and identity as you negotiate transition.
I use the lives of the performers basically, and the creative team talking about the areas of inquiry that we've decided upon. And so in this case it's ageing and the ageing body, changing identities, and we talk about that. We have these life stories of the performers and maybe the creative team, and we have these themes. And you find resonances between them. So for instance, there's a very clear idea that there is the struggle for humans that is between being earthbound or being skybound, or being beasts or being gods, or being middle-aged and being able to look backwards and forwards, or being young and being only to look forwards, and being old and looking mainly backwards with a shorter time to look ahead. So that's a big theme. Then I speak to Tina, who's a performer, and she tells me that she likes mountaineering. When she's up there, she can see all of the earth. She's at the top of the earth. Also, there's things about oxygen, and oxygen is, we need oxygen to live, but it's also the thing that degrades our organs. And so that's the story about her being up high. And then there's a story that Tina travels the world a lot, and no matter where she is, whether she's in a plush hotel or in somebody's house, she always wants to be sleeping on the floor. And so those two stories can explore those ideas of gods and beasts and earth and sky and oxygen, all in that story.
The piece ultimately really is about death in many ways, and how we, as we start to move towards that end point, how we create meaning within our lives and create a sense of identity of who we are. I think the piece is also explores the role of the individual human experience within a wider context of cycles, so cycles of day, movement from light to dark, dark to light, our relationship to the seasons, spring, summer, autumn, winter, and those as reference points for our lives as well.
I'd like to explore in the future the idea of seasons and time, but also within that a plane and a surface, because I would like to look at how a body looks in the space and how you can shift that. So the ropes are an ideal object to use because they're so pliable. We'd also like to look at how they can change with rigging, so if they're vertical, horizontal, where the body is in relation to that, and how you can change that plane, that horizon line.
A big part of this process has been learning how to marry the physical work and the writing together, and through this development spending some time actually immersing ourselves with older people, with circus artists, and developing the writing of the piece. The movement material that we're starting to develop is really exciting because it feels it's really rooted in something. The next stage is to allow our writer Sonia Hughes to go away and develop those themes more now she has an understanding of circus and the physical possibilities, and to find space within the writing to underscore the physicality, to provide a structure and a framework for it that doesn't stop us from making all those kind of magical discoveries you make when you're devising and kind of throwing ideas up against a wall.